Wiley, I know someone who can get you much further than where Tasha K can get you. Stay tuned. God bless you, friends. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday morning on Morning Nuggets. This is yours truly, Pastor Nate, and it is my absolute pleasure when I can come and speak with you. Listen, if you like what you hear, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It won't cost you a dime to subscribe. Besides, Pastor Nate be glad to have you part of the smart family. Mr. Wiley, I know someone who can get you much further than where Tasha K can get you. Pastor Nate, who are you talking about? I'm talking about God. Now, I have nothing against Tasha K. She's a big YouTuber, an influencer. I don't have an issue with her. Don't have an issue with Wiley. But over the last few days, I've heard everybody talk about, you shouldn't have done this. You should have done that. The door is still open. Apologize. Tasha K can get you to this point. It's a business relationship. I've heard it all. Bottom line is sometimes we feel like we have to be connected to a certain person, especially if it's a larger person with influence, in order to get somewhere or in order to grow. But I come to let you know today that God is all you need. And in many cases, when larger YouTubers help you get to a point, and many content creators know what I'm talking about, sometimes when you are exceeding or excelling, they have a problem with you. If you are on a platform or in a chat or communicate with someone that they don't like, they got a problem with you. Now, they may tell others to unsubscribe, and they may try to say or do something that will cause your channel to tank. Why? Because man helped you. But friend, listen to me carefully. When God gives you something, can no man take it away. When God is in the plan, when God opens a door, can no man close it. Now, when I say God and God is all you need, what I'm essentially saying is God will send the right people to you. You don't have to go and seek them out. And if you go seek them out, you make sure you're led by God. He'll bring people to your channel. He'll bring somebody to help you. And when God sets it up, when he orchestrates the situation, then all this manipulation and control won't exist, because God is in the plan. So when others help you, there is no agenda. There is no ulterior motive. There are pure intentions because God is involved. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going on with Tasha K, because I don't know her. My point is, when God leads you to a wealthy place, and what I mean by that, a place where you can see growth and see the fruits of your labor, then it comes with no sorrow. It doesn't come with the manipulation and the control. Proverbs 10:22 says, the blessing of the Lord makes one rich and adds no sorrow. You don't have to worry about being careful who you're around and going to other channels and collaborating with other people because of someone else help you. You don't have to worry about your channel being affected in a negative way, because God did it and not man. But when you seek the help of man, then you got to operate on their terms. You're still in bondage. They don't like this kind of teaching this morning. Let me get my shield. Woo! People have shared my videos. People have shared my channel, and they've shouted me out, and I appreciate that. I am most grateful for it. And I have gotten a few subscribers from that, and people have viewed the videos you shared. But I understand that what I do, people in this sector are not really interested in what I do. So this is a very difficult niche that I'm in. So when you share my videos, it's not as organic because those views don't come back the next day. They just do it right then because you have enough clout. You can influence others. They'll subscribe and they'll look at that particular video. But if I make a video tomorrow, the next day, those views won't come back because that's not the content they're interested in. People are not interested in the gospel. People are not interested in inspiration for the most part. Now, I have a very few people in my core group they are interested in, but for the most part, the masses aren't. And I understand that. And that doesn't discourage me from coming on doing what I'm doing because I know who sent me. I know who called me to do this and I know who told me to do it. And maybe God is testing me to see how faithful I am at the small level, at a small stage. So when he blesses me with the masses, he can say, my son was faithful. You can share videos and you can help other people. If that's not the content that they're interested in, they're not going to come back anyway. So I'm looking for God to touch the heart of the right audience and give me the right audience. I'm looking for God to lead me and to take my videos into places where people want to hear it and they'll come back. You know, and the few of you guys, I know that I'm making a difference because you tell me, Pastor Nate, you blessed me. Your channel has blessed me. When I was down or I woke up this morning, I needed that. Many of you called me on the phone saying, pray for me. So I'm dealing with associates. I'm dealing with supporters who have real life issues where my channel is helping. So I know God is using me. It was said that what I do doesn't have a place here on YouTube. If people want to hear the gospel and all this and all that, they ought to go to church. Well, everybody doesn't go to church. And some people need a word. You need to speak for yourself because there are 2 or 3 people here who need to hear what I'm doing. And it has made a difference. Just because I may not get the 5,000 or 6,000 people watching my video doesn't mean that I need to go away because I only get 10 or 12 people who watch, who I'm really making a difference for. Because a soul is a soul. And at the end of the day, I just want a soul touched. Yes. And that makes me keep coming back. I don't look at the numbers. It's good to have the numbers. And I pray that we will grow. I'm going to keep on till God leads me. I'm doing it because this is what I like to do. I like talking about the word of God. And I know who sent me to do this here. God doesn't count numbers. He makes numbers count. So I am making a difference in terms of quality because lives are being changed. We're touching lives who are hurting. You may be making a difference in terms of quantity where you're getting the numbers. You see how that worked? The balance there? Yes. And this brings me to my next point. We're ending this year. The new year will be here in a few hours. I'm coming back live this Tuesday that's coming up. And Pastor Nate's going to be doing some different things on this channel. We experienced the last few months. Others have come on the channel. Other content creators, we've seen that. So there's been a slight change on the Smart Show. So we're looking for greater things. So next year, 2022, I'm going to focus on allowing God to lead me to produce content that people need in terms of spirituality. Now, if I got on here and cuss and drag, roast, then yeah, I have more numbers, but that is not my purpose. My purpose is not to do that. I understand the environment in which I'm operating, trust me, but it doesn't discourage me because God sent me. I'm going to be faithful until all that comes. Now, you got to understand something about Pastor Nate. Nothing was never given to me. I'm from the old school. I work for everything I have. I mean, I have longevity and stamina. Trust me. I've been living in my house for 17 years, so I know how to be stable. I've been on my job for 20 years. I went through school and got an undergrad. Yes, I struggled through that. I went and got a master's. I completed that. I just completed a doctorate. I know what longevity looks like. I know what working hard looks like until you get to the goal. So this doesn't discourage me. I'm going to stick with it until we get the results that I want. And it may take 3 or 4 years. I'm just going to enjoy the journey until it happens. But if I keep coming up here doing what I do, somebody's going to say, you know what? I like what that man is saying. I want to be a part of his channel. I want to support him. You never know who's going to come through. You just be in place and you continue to be consistent, and God will do the rest. I've been knowing the Lord ever since I was a child. Wasn't perfect, made mistakes on the journey, but I didn't turn my back. And that's been 40 years. So I know what stick with it looks like. I got some stick to itness, if you will. So it doesn't discourage me. I'm willing to work hard and do what it takes to get where I need to be. And I don't look for anything from man. Now, if God sent you, that's a different story. But I look for my blessings from the Lord. Friend, I challenge you next year to focus on you. Don't look for anything from people. Trust God. And the blessings will come. I know this year was challenging for many of you, but I am optimistic that next year will be better. And it all depends on you. It all depends on how much work you're willing to put in. God honors hard work. He honors faithfulness. I pray that you all have a great new year. And the Smart Show is coming back with a bang. And I want to see you in the house. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your cash apps. Thank you for your calls, your texts. And I'm looking to go higher in 2022. I'm looking to go higher. Are you willing to come along on the journey?